Just a little background information about our mystery plant. It originated in Mexico. It takes 5 to 10 days to germinate and will grow up to 10 inches tall with a spread of 10 inches. Our plant also grows best in full sunlight and in moist soil conditions, and it usually grows for one growing season, meaning it's annual. Since our plant is only intended for one growing season, it takes roughly 6 weeks to bloom and 56 days to maturity. One interesting fact about this plant is that it's very rugged and weather tolerant and sun loving, so it renews itself quickly after storms, thanks to waxy petals and tough plant constitution. For the roots morphologically, it has a white taproot for the shoot system, which was one of the indications that it's a dicot. Anatomically, we took some pictures of our plant that illustrate the pericycle with new lateral root growth. One of the first things that we noticed about our plant was the leaf growth. It started as 2 small leaves and grew more from there. Leaves are green, rough texture, and found to be longer than they were wide. They were ovate shaped, had smooth edges, and a network veins, which further proves that the plant is dicot. The leaves were also simple, opposite, and sessile. The buds are also coming from the nodes. Looking anatomically at the stem, we saw that the vascular bundles are arranged in the outer layer in a circular pattern, instead of dispersing throughout, which confirms how we determined it's a dicot stem. Within the vascular bundles, the xylem is facing the inner core of the stem and phloem is facing outer towards the epidermis. Another interesting thing about our plant is that it has trichomes on its leaves and stems. The tricho is a multicellular pilose, and the function is most likely for protection and self-defense. Around October, our flowers started blooming. It was first a bud, and the flower bloomed out of it at the terminal bud. There we saw how the colors are pink, light pink, and yellow. We also noticed that our plant contains 2 different flowers, shown distinctly by the 2 colors. One was pistillate and the other staminate. Also, our flowers occurred as a head inflorescence with involucral bracts and are incomplete because they lack sepals. Have you figured out what the plant is yet? Given the clues, it can be determined that we have Zinnia L. elegans, with the cultivar being the Dreamland Pink hybrid zinnia. If you guessed that, you were right! Here are some other quick fun facts about Dreamland Pink zinnia. This plant should only be grown in full sunlight. It does its best in average to evenly moist conditions but does not tolerate standing water. It's not particular to any soil type or pH. It is highly tolerant of urban pollution and will even thrive in inner city environments. This particular variety is an inter-specific hybrid. Dreamland Pink zinnia is a fine choice for the garden, but it's also a good selection for planting in outdoor containers and hanging baskets. It originated in Mexico, but is distributed widely through the South and Central America, the West Indies, the US, Australia, and Italy. It attracts butterflies, hummingbirds, bees, and other pollinators. It's resistant to deer damage and moderately drought tolerant.